Oh, you guys got to see how fucking what a mess my trailer is. Oh my god, dude. I've been sick for like 3 or 4 days. So I've been bedridden. Maybe it's been 3 days. And yeah. I'll put an update to what happened with this whole PCR drama. I did a video about it yesterday, and for some reason it didn't upload. I'll go ahead and put that because I'm not going to talk about that in this video. But I'll put up a video for my update from the PCR test drama that I've been faced with. Anyways, I'm reflecting on talking about demon possession and my in the last few days, my kind of piecing together of artificial technology and bioweapons and surveillance, black ops surveillance using Google and stuff, and all these things, and how they, the possibility of all these things being able to achieve a type of demon possession type thing, and how crazy that must sound, right? And so, of course, the naysayers. I've got the naysayer. I've heard enough naysaying to where I can hear, the naysayer of all different shapes and sizes and whatever. And so I kind of wanted to talk about the slippery slope of conspiracies and conspiracy theories. And because, to get right to it, people will believe the most absurd things, yet will hear something like what I'm proposing about, the combination of bioweapons and technology, and including surveillance technology and stuff like this, and bioweapons and AI and stuff can, that is possible through physics, can achieve like a type of demon possession type thing, that people who will believe the most absurd things would hear that and be like, oh my god, this guy's he's fucking insane. He's totally gone insane. He's watched too much YouTube and shit. And I know a lot of people that are like that. I have close friends that if they listen to this, they'd be like, dude, you're tripping. But then those same people are the ones that got the jab, believed that COVID was real, got the nasal swab up their nose and got the jab and the booster and stuff. So, of course, they're not going to believe it. They believe, that in getting vaccines and stuff, for COVID and stuff. So there's that type of person who would be like, no. That's what I mean. They come in all shapes and sizes and colors and, genders and fucking like whatever. It's like, and so again, going back to, the slippery slope of conspiracies and conspiracy theories. Well, nobody knows what COVID is. COVID was never isolated. You can through the Freedom of Information Act, you can request that the government provide you proof that, COVID exists, and the government's response, if they even do respond, which by law they're bound to, they'll tell you that they don't have any proof that COVID exists. They've never isolated the COVID virus. Yet still, you got all these people that believe it, to the point where, Like my boss will tell me I have to get a PCR test in order to show up to work the following day. Like, is the world going insane? Or is it just certain factions of the world that are going insane? Like, and which faction is sane and which one isn't? You know, am I insane for proposing the idea that through the use of technology, including artificial intelligence and bio weapons, um, and black ops surveillance and technology and shit, that they can achieve like the Manchurian candidate effect on a person? Is that really crazy? Is that really that far fetched of an idea? Really? Is it truly? And to the person that would think, well, yeah, I think you're tripping. All right, well, let's look at all these people talking about how we're in the middle of a genocide right now. What are your thoughts on that? There is no proof that we're in the middle of a genocide, yet all these people are talking about it. Are you one of those people that think we're in the middle of a genocide? Are you seeing people just dropping like flies everywhere? Oh yeah, yeah, I saw it on TV. On a football game, all these professional athletes are on TV. They're all dropping like flies. No, I mean in the real world, are they dropping? You also saw Trump's ear get shot too, and you're like claiming it was fake and staged and la la. So what is conspiracy and what isn't? What is conspiracy theory, and what isn't? Do you have proof that Trump's ear, what was not, that was all? Do you have proof that it was staged? No. Do you have proof that we're in the middle of a genocide? No. Do you have proof one way or the other, anything about COVID? No. Well, why not through the Freedom of Information Act, request that the government provide you proof that COVID is real and has been isolated, and that they can show proof and that they have, yes, indeed, isolated COVID and it is real, and the government is by law bound to provide you with proof through the Freedom of Information Act. Have you? No, you haven't? Okay, but then you say COVID is fake? Well, that's a conspiracy theory. You don't know. See what I mean? Like, conspiracy theory and the slippery slope of conspiracy and conspiracy theory. Like, it is ridiculous to me that somebody would claim to know that we are in the middle of a genocide, while simultaneously, if I present the idea of this demon possession idea through the use of artificial intelligence technology fused with biological virus material, creating a bioweapon, infused in a person or people, and that combined with black ops surveillance programs through collaboration with Google and Keyhole and Pokemon and these other things, that yes, in fact, they can create an artificial intelligence avatar that is so close to you as a person that through hypnosis and the manufacturing of an AI avatar that is close to identical to you in behavior pattern and prediction and recognition and even thought, artificial thought, that through the use of hypnosis and that AI avatar, an AI avatar can enter you. You think that that's just conspiracy theory. There's no way that is. But that COVID is real, or that COVID is a big conspiracy, and that we're in the middle of a genocide, or that all white people are racist. You would believe that all white people are racist, but see what I'm saying? Like, that people believe the most ludicrous, ridiculous things, yet if I were to present them my theory on demon possession, they would be like, oh, this guy's crazy. He's a tinfoil hat, So again, like, I'm reflecting on what I'm talking about with with demon possession, like fleshing out this idea, about demon possession in terms of physics and science and technology and biology and I mean, it can come right down to the person who believes that we're in the middle of a genocide, and that injections are these injections are omitting BLE frequencies. They'll admit to that, and if I talk about this, that it's all connected to a form of demon possession or Manchurian candidate effect type override of a person, they won't believe it. And they'll say, well, that, how is that possible? Unless you're talking about nanotechnology. But no, it's not no. You can use, it doesn't have to be nanotech. It could be microtechnology fused with biological material that we have come to know and refer to as virus, merged with microscopic technology and spread like, through the air and through food and through human contact and these kinds of things. Close proximity to others can shed. This shedding phenomena can pass this technology, bio fucking weapon technology that fuses micro technology with biological virus type material, and it's all for the purposes of a Manchurian candidate type override of a person, or demon possession. They'll say no. You're talking about nanotech. No, I'm not. I didn't say nothing about nanotech, or whatever. It's just like, there's so many ways to refute the idea that I'm saying. But there's just as many ways to refute the idea that we're in the middle of a genocide, and that there's all this conspiracy, and Bill Gates and Fauci and all this other conspiracy is true. But what I'm saying about demon possession, oh no, that's just tinfoil hat. That's so many bullshit. The only reason a person would say that is because they haven't looked into it deep enough as I have. And the only reason I've looked into it deep enough is because I've seen someone that, by all appearances, it was demon possession. And so, but if a person hasn't experienced that, well, they're going to be a lot less likely to look into, demon possession. I mean, there has been a lot of talk about how people have been, people that got the injection are fucking acting like they have video footage and documentation of people who got the injection acting like basically out of their mind. And there's no explanation for it. Well, maybe what I'm talking about is an explanation for that. We're not seeing people in the real world dropping like flies. When you talk about, if you want to talk about we're in the middle of a genocide, I'm not seeing people dropping like flies all over the place. Like when I go about my day, out around people all the time and stuff, I'm not seeing just somebody just drop walking down the sidewalk or like just keel over in the fast food restaurant. I'm not seeing that, but what I am seeing is people like acting insane, like my psycho ex acting totally like a demon possessed psychopath. And I've seen a lot of that. I've seen a lot of people like just like going like acting completely insane. So anyways, the slippery slope of conspiracy and conspiracy theory, again, like the slippery slope of conspiracy, if the government is doing, if people in power are dabbling to conspire against the masses at large, whether they know it or not, they're fucking with black magic. And whether they know it or not, they are opening portals, man. Think of it like this, or I'll just speak for myself. Let's say I decide as an experiment. Say I'm not a believer in really anything outside of what I can see, feel, taste. Outside of that, it has to be provable to me. Like, I can prove this. Outside of anything that's, if something's not provable, I just don't believe in it, okay? I just am like, oh, you're full of shit. You can't prove it, so fuck you, right? Let's say that's how I view everything. And I decided as an experiment to prove people wrong, I'm going to start engaging in satanic activity. And I'm going to start doing satanic practices, not to prove that Satan doesn't exist, right? And I'm gonna go full fledged just because I'm that bent on proving, disproving, Satanism and demons and demon possession. It's like, watch, I'll show you. I'm gonna start doing all these satanic rituals. I'll go full all the way. I'll dive right in head first, dive into Satanism. I'll become a full fledged Satanist and do all this, and watch, nothing's gonna happen. And so I start fucking with it, and let's say a demon gets conjured like right in front of me, and is like just sitting there talking to me, and is as real as this pack of cigarettes, just right in front of me, full on demon. Would I be surprised if I were fucking with Satanism that it would conjure a demon? Me personally, no, I wouldn't be surprised at all. That's why I don't fuck with it. It's the ignoramus. It's just like, no, I already know that's not true. Here, let me show you. Watch, I'll become a Satanist just to prove to you that none of this is real. That's the dumb motherfucker that's going to be surprised when they accidentally conjure a demon. Yeah, I already know. I already know that if I fuck with that shit, I guarantee you some real shit's gonna happen. Real fucking shit. You know. In New Orleans, there are what do they call it? There's a type of witchcraft that's common in New Orleans, and people know it's real. But what's funny is they'll know that's real, but demon possession and what I'm talking about demon possession, that same person will be like, "Oh, this guy's crazy." Like, really, really. Voodoo. Voodoo is a very common practice in New Orleans, and it's real. Voodoo is real. Just like black magic is real, witchcraft, witches, all this shit's real. The slippery slope of conspiracy. Like, if I start dabbling in how can I just like genocide a mass group of people on the planet for my own financial gain and stuff, whether I know it or not, that's black magic, dude. Like, that is literally opening up portals. Whether I know it is or not is not going to change the fact that by participating in that type of activity is going to open up a portal, for lack of a better term. It's going to open up Pandora's box. You're going to start fucking with some dark powers that you don't want. You don't want to have nothing to do with it, but it's too late. You're too stupid to understand that that's what happens when you fuck with that shit, and then it opens that shit up. Well, yeah. So if we are in the middle of a genocide and all this, then you don't think that people in power that are causing a massive global genocide are by default, whether they know it or not, are opening up fucking like black magic fucking portals and fucking, like, you don't think that's possible, huh? And that's where, like, I can't relate with the person who doesn't think that shit's possible. Where, oh, you have to prove it to me. If it isn't proven to me, where you can, then I don't believe it, and fuck you. And that's the kind of person that's going to dabble in fucking evil shit, thinking that it's not going to have any repercussions on them, and it's going to open up some fucking portal, and they're going to get sucked into some fucking black hole and find themselves, sucking Satan's dick all night or some shit. That's the way all this shit works, So, But again, it's hilarious to me that a person would believe we're in the middle of a genocide, but then they would say that I sound crazy when I'm proposing about this shit about demon possession through technology, bioweapons, and artificial intelligence, CIA, black ops, surveillance, and all this other shit with enough technology and all this shit, yeah, you can. Yes, with enough technology, a person can be overridden by a Manchurian candidate artificial intelligence. Absolutely. Absolutely, with enough technology. And that the technology exists, I would say, yeah. I mean, I feel like we've all seen enough of what technology they allow us to see. That, yeah, there's probably enough technology where they can create artificial intelligence that's advanced enough to learn us well enough, and they have an advanced enough technology to put our bodies into enough of a state of hypnosis that by combining these two things, putting us in a deep enough state of hypnosis combined with artificial intelligence programming and technology, yes, a person can be overridden through artificial intelligence technology combined with hypnosis to create a Manchurian candidate effect, or in other terms, demon possession. Tomato fucking tomato, motherfuckers. So, anyways, I'm just reflecting on what I'm talking about and how crazy this must sound to some people. The most typical person that would find it crazy, though, is the sheeple. The person that is under hypnosis themselves is, of course, going to accuse me of being a tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorist for talking about demon possession or Manchurian candidate effect shit. Yeah, it's the sheeple that's gonna reject it, you know. And a lot of the sheeple are the ones that play Pokemon Go. Oh, don't worry, Pokemon Go is cool. They'll get the fucking vaccine. They'll get the cotton swab up their nose, get the vaccine, and even the boosters, and wear the fucking masks, and you know, that person will never believe that demon possession is, or Manchurian candidate type shit is real. I'm not one of them people. And I saw my fucking, basically my wife, dude. She was basically my wife on everything but paper. I saw my fucking wife get taken over, demon possession or Manchurian candidate, whatever, however the fuck you want to call it. I saw it, and is all tied into all this COVID shit and all this Pokemon Go, fucking Google Maps, fucking, you know, let's all get plugged into Pokemon Go and Facebook and all this stupid shit, and she got fucking taken over, dude. I know it. So, anyways, I'm done trying to defend this. This is kind of a really, like a tinfoil hat conspiracy theory shit that I really have gone off on in the last 4 days or something. But it's necessary. It's necessary for the storyboard if I want to really try to continue working on this story. And it's not to sensationalize or to cause or like fear porn or clickbait or not. It's just, dude, I'm just trying to be as honest as I can based off my experience. And I mean, I, I make no apology for my temperament, and I'm not fucking, I'm not trying to push fear porn or clickbait or us over sensationalize. I'm not intentionally doing all these things. I'm just trying to give you my most honest and accurate assessment of what happened, what I saw. And again, dude, like, you'll see videos. We've been seeing this shit since the injection stuff came out, of people like just with no explanation at all, just fucking going completely insane, like as though they're possessed or overridden by a Manchurian candidate shit or something, with no explanation at all. Well, I'm telling you, that's what happened to me. I seen it in real life, not on a video on the internet, in real fucking life. Anyways, so yeah, I'm going to have to keep going into this part of this story because it's just part of the story. And I don't want to fucking rail on it forever, because there's the murder investigation, there's the fucking, all this other shit. There's the death of Todd Minshaw, the murder investigation it's of his death, the fucking, the arson, the death threats, like all this, like there's this whole massive thing. But the demon possession thing, or whatever you want to call it, Manchurian candidate override, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, is part of it, and it's fucking real, dude. And there's all kinds of evidence that I can show. If a person were to really, look at the story. Unfortunately, the storyboard is not the most ideal way to look at the story. The storyboard is just to try to figure out, how do I present this story? So this is a long fucking process, man. This is a lot of shit. But I know I sound crazy. I guess the wisest man is deemed insane, Not that I'm saying I'm the wisest man. I'm just saying the wisest man is deemed insane.